Hey, Coach Devin here. Objectivity. What the heck is objectivity? How can you be objective, or can you even be objective? That's what we're talking about today. Before we get going, please click the heart. It is right down there on the left, and subscribe. So objectivity. Can you see yourself the way other people see you? That's what we're talking about with objectivity. The problem is most of us are very subjective, which means we look at ourselves the way we assume we want to look at ourselves, I guess. Subjectivity really means how you look at yourself, subjectively, how you would look at the world. As objective, which means how everybody else looks at things, the real deal. That's what objective means. So can you look at yourself objectively? I'm going to tell you it's very, very hard to do that. So give you an idea, and just from my own perspective, I try really hard to be objective about a lot of things. One of the things, though, looking at yourself objectively is hard. I am 5'10", and I'm 225, 230 pounds, give or take. To me, I feel pretty normal. I spent a lot of my life being very skinny. I didn't like being skinny. I hated being skinny, complained a lot about being skinny, all those things. So I've done a lot of work and time and energy and all that stuff to get stronger and bigger. I always wanted. So in my mind, I am still probably that kid who wants to get bigger and stronger. I mean, really, that's where I am. I always I'd like my legs to be bigger. I want my calves to be bigger. I want my arms to be bigger. I want to be leaner, whatever it is. I always want to be a little more. Other people look at me and say, that's ridiculous. My friend Cameron says all the time, you're enormous. You're almost 230 or 230 pounds. That's big, dude. That's very big. He's 180, 185. And we're the same height, so it's a strange thing for me to be that much bigger than he is. In my mind, though, when I look at pictures of us, I think we look about the same size. When I see us, in the mirror at the gym, I think we look about the same. I don't think we look much different. But no one else looks at it that way, and that's where I can't subjectively look at myself. It's really, really hard to subjectively look at yourself. I have a client this summer, got super fit. She decided she wanted to do Project Fit, which is one of the programs we do at my gym. She only lost about 15, 16 pounds. She lost like 20 inches, looked like $1 million. It was crazy. And the funny part was, in the summer, she's like, I could stand to lose a little more. I'd like to be a little leaner. Now, what's interesting is, end of the summer, had some stress in her life. She gained back a little bit of weight, and I'm not talking much. She might have gained 5 pounds. So she's slightly bigger than she was before, but not by much. She saw a picture of herself from the summer that I posted the other day, and she said, you know what? I look great in that picture. I can't get over it. I like the way I look there. And I was like, that's fantastic. That's good. She said, you know what's interesting, though? When that picture was taken, I thought, I need to lose about 5 pounds. So here's the deal. She was thinking, I want to get leaner and smaller in that picture, and wasn't happy with the way she looks. And now she's gained 5 pounds and thinks, man, I'd just like to go back to that. So what was funny about it, she said, from now on, I'm going to let you be the decision maker on whether or not I am fit or not. I'm not allowed to do that anymore because I can't look at that self. She just couldn't look at herself objectively. She only could be subjective about it. And, that was hard for her. So from now on, the nice thing is I get to tell her, okay, I think you're good where it is. Because, again, I can look at myself objectively. And this stuff, or I can look at her rather objectively. This stuff comes down to as simple as, when you get out of bed in the morning, for the ladies out there, and for lots of the guys, you have a bad hair day. Some days you get up and you're like, I don't have bad hair days. My hair looks the same most days because I shave it off. But anyway, for the rest of you out there, you have a bad hair day and you're like, man, I have a bad hair day today. Here's the thing. No one knows you're having a bad hair day. None of us. We have no idea it's even happening. Only you can see the bad hair day. And vice versa, only you can see a good hair day. You're like, wow, my hair looks fantastic today. I'm sorry, we don't know. It looks to us about the same. Because that's how subjective it is for you. Because in reality, you get out of bed in the morning and you're like, wow, I look great today. You really don't look significantly different than you did the day before. And most of it's just perspective on how you feel. Some days I get up, I say I have skinny fat days. So I get up and I'm like, oh God, I am skinny and fat at the same time. That's not fun. I don't like being skinny and fat at the same time. The next day I get up and I say, I look great. I'm jacked. I look awesome. This is a good day. You know what? I probably had a good sleep. That really is the difference between the two. I'm not any fitter one day to the next. I mean, not significantly enough that it would be something like that where I say, wow, I look so much better today, or I don't look so much better another day. That's not the way it is. That's the difference between subjective and objective. So what I'm trying to get at here is when you are looking at yourself and when it comes to fitness, don't look at yourself and take it one day at a time. My ex-wife used to get up every morning and get on the scale, and whatever that scale told her was the way her day would roll. So if she was having a bad day, she'd be up, say a pound, then she'd feel bad about herself and beat herself up all day. She was down a pound, she'd be like, yeah, this is a good day. Okay, that's a terrible way to live your life. I used to tell her that all the time, like, you need to put that scale away. It's not good for you. Don't do that stuff. Because in the end of the day, if you're going to let a scale control how you feel for the day, that's a terrible way to live your life. And in the end, it's not an objective. You may think it's objective because of the fact that it's a scale and it's telling you the truth. You might have had a little salt the day before, or the other day you haven't eaten as much, or you had less water or more water. You're going to be up and down. Everybody fluctuates. So stop beating yourself up over how you look, when you look. You have to look at the big picture. In life, it is about the big picture, and in fitness, it's even more important. Don't look at the day by day. I would never measure somebody every single day. I measure somebody, once a week. That is more than enough, because then we can see a progression. You'll see things change, and then you can objectively look at it. That's why I love before and after pictures. It's not just for the advertising. The advertising is nice. I love to be able to show what I can do and what my staff can do with a client when the client puts their mind to it and works hard. That's amazing. I love having that shout out and being like, hey, check out this person. Look at the great work they've done. That is inspiring for everybody out there in internet land, and it's great for us too, because we are able to show what we can do when people put in hard work and dedication. But what is really nice about that before picture is when you're having a crappy day and you look at yourself and go, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. I feel terrible. This sucks. This is a bunch of waste of time, waste of money, whatever. Go look at that before picture. And that before picture will surprise you. And you'll say, oh, wait a second. I'm actually getting somewhere. That's why the before picture is so strong. Just like having measurements and you have a bad day and you're like, oh man, I'm not going to get anywhere, and you get your measurements, you're like, man, I'm down 4 inches. That's incredible. That's where that's an objective look. The picture is objective. Your measurements are objective. And the last one is your clothes are objective. If you put on your clothes and they're looser around your waist, you're winning. You're winning. Doesn't matter how you feel. Doesn't matter if you're saying, oh, I've had a good day, bad day, didn't work out as hard as I want to. If your clothes are looser, you're winning. You're getting where you want to go. You're leaner now. That's just the way, this is the way it works. That's the facts, period, end of discussion. Your clothes won't lie to you. They don't change size in the closet or the dresser. They just are what they are. That's the nice thing about clothing. So keep that in mind from now on. Try to look at yourself objectively. And by doing that, I mean, take a picture. If it's weekly, if it's every 2 weeks, whatever, take a picture so you can see the difference in yourself. Measure yourself, because that'll be an objective look. And last but not least, go by your clothing. Your clothing will not screw with you. It's going to tell you the truth. I put together a great free PDF for those of you who want a better core and better abs. It's called Devin's Guide to Amazing Abs. If you click the link, it is right down in the description. You can download it. Have yourself an amazing day, and don't fight the awesome.